Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me a very special guest today. I have Burgandy Williams. She is a Atlanta native living in New York, and she is a singer, songwriter, and I recently had the very fortunate luck to see her big debut at Radio City Music Hall. Miss Burgundy, if you could do me a favor and elaborate a little bit on your career.
Sure. Have been I was a contestant last year on Don't Forget the Lyrics. A couple of years before that, I was on the X Factor UK and I won the Apollo in 2015, Super Top Dog, which was a big deal for me. I've been in a couple of other shows, but those are my significant, I guess, like significant career moving type deals. I've sung with, been on stage with Valerie Simpson from Ashford and Simpson. I've opened for Babyface in the past, and I sing a lot in local bands for corporate gigs. And I do my own tributes. I have a Whitney tribute and an Aretha Franklin tribute, which always sells out every time I have one. I guess that's a short synopsis of my career.
I did see your X Factor performance. You sang Respect.
Hmm.
That was absolutely incredible. I was blown away by the way you sang that. Of
Thank you.
course. What is your favorite song to sing, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a favorite song because I love so many things, but my favorite artist is always going to be Whitney and Aretha.
Okay, okay. So Miss Williams, I have a couple questions for you today, if that's okay.
Sure.
You got it. So I would like to ask you first off, what got you inspired to go into the music industry and how did you get started with that?
Well, the music industry, um, I still don't consider myself really in it yet. I've been recording off and on since probably early 2000s and a lot of trial and error, um, a lot of learning curves. And I've only just recently put out my first singles, which are house music singles, Rage and Right There. They are out on all streaming platforms. But what inspired me to sing was actually, I couldn't pinpoint a situation. I've always known that this was my calling. I've always wanted to be on stage, and I've been singing since I could think.
Wow, very nice. Um, that kind of leads me to my next question for you. I listened to your song Rage just the other day,
You get
and
mad, do something with it. Don't hold on to it, baby. Let it go, let it go. Free that thing inside of you. Get mad, do something with
it's a
it.
good song to dance to. It's a good song to get into the rhythm of the music with. If I could ask you, what is Rage about? What got you to write those lyrics and put your heart into that song?
Okay, Rage came about during the pandemic,
Okay.
during the quarantine, and there was so much social unrest and civil injustices around the country. And Rage was my expression of that because I found that everybody in the world could be angry but Black people.
Of course,
And when you're angry, it's a crime.
it
We're
is.
never allowed to fully express our rage and our anger without being murdered or detained or criminalized. So I found the healthiest way for me to express my own frustrations through music.
That's very inspiring, and I give you a lot of credit for that. It's so unfortunate what the African American community goes through, and it's a shame that we've taken such a big, steep step backwards in it.
Mhm.
They say racism is over, but it's not. It's truly not. It's
I
still
want people
there.
to say represent are the people that benefit from it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's a whole pull the wool over your eyes and tell you you're not a sheep type of deal.
Yes. And it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere.
There's no way to escape it.
No, it happens in your job, it happens at home, it happens right outside your door.
I was assaulted crossing the street.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
And, and the sad fact is there's no one there. If I get assaulted and I retaliate or protect myself, I'm always going to be seen as the aggressor, not the victim.
Right.
And that's
Right.
something I have to live with every day.
That is the biggest unfortunate part is people who are different. They go through so many trials and so many tribulations that they really shouldn't. And especially in this day and age when everyone is just trying to live and be the same, everyone is just trying to, find harmony and find peace. I think the way that you expressed your outlet for this is just so healthy and such a wonderful talent that you have portrayed. Um, do you have any advice for anyone in the who might be getting into the industry or into the entertainment industry, how they can overcome this?
Um, I'm still learning. There's so much I do not know. And I don't feel like I'm in a position to lead anybody anywhere. But what I can do is tell you to start. Whatever it is that you're doing that you want to do it without permission. Give yourself the permission you need and get it done. Because no, the person you tell won't see your vision. The people you want on your corner won't support you. Um, Nobody's going to get it until everybody gets it. And by then, it's too late. It's already out there. So put it out there afraid, put it out there scared, put it out there nervous. Just put it out there and just keep doing it.
No, I think I remember telling you the other day I started my production company a little over a year ago, close to a year ago, and that is more than true. I was so scared, so nervous, so afraid to put any of my work out there. I would not show anybody until I felt it was perfect, you know. But you shouldn't let the fear stop you.
Mm-hmm.
If you love something, if you have a passion for something, and especially if it's art. Art tells a
Mm-hmm.
story of who you are and and what humanity is.
Mm-hmm.
You should absolutely put it out there when you're ready.
There, here's the thing: you're never truly ready. You're never, and it's never going to be perfect.
No,
There's always going to be something you would change, even the slightest little thing. Just do it, and you can adjust and learn as you grow.
I 100% agree with that. You have to have that right spark to you to be able to do it as well. You have to have that passion inside of you for what you want to achieve and for what you want to go for.
Mhm.
I think if you don't have that passion, you're never going to see a growth and you're never going to see a change that you want.
That's true.
So, which actually kind of leads me to my next question for you. Um, when you first started, what was the hardest thing for you? What was the hardest thing for you to go through? What was the hardest thing for you to be able to put your passion out there, to be able to put your work out there?
The hardest thing for me was misogyny. It's such a male dominated industry that I had to dodge a lot of inappropriateness. And for the longest time, it made me quit being over sexualized or not seen as a great singer, but not sexy enough to represent their company, you know, because I know they say in the business sex sales, but at some point, music should matter. And it shouldn't matter when I'm too old to perform. It should matter while I'm trying to give you the best that I got. So
Yes.
that was my biggest hurdle, and trying to figure out how to do it without those type of people. And I'm still figuring that out.
And that's great that you are. I always live by the quote, and I've said this before in a couple of my podcasts. Um, Harrison Ford was 35 and a carpenter before he landed any type of a role, right? Like he you never know what you're gonna get to and how you're gonna get to it until you try for it. You
That's true.
never know. I'm glad that you kept pushing through, and I'm glad that you made it through so you could put your work out there. It was amazing seeing you at Radio City Music Hall. And I'm glad that you kept going because otherwise we wouldn't have gotten to see you.
Thank you.
So, um, if I may ask you,
Sure.
what was that experience like for you, being in front of so many people? Uh, I think it was like what, something like 6,000 people that day?
Mhm.
What was that experience like for you?
Exhilarating. That's the only word I can give you. Being on stage is exhilarating. It's the drug.
It is.
It's the it's so satisfying, gratifying. It's exciting. It's jaw dropping to look off over the stage and see people with their phones out, to see people just entranced in what I was doing, interested, engaged. People weren't talking or flipping through their phone. People were just in it, and it felt like we were just in it together. And it was incredible to see rows and rows and rows of people. And being at Radio City was insane because I'd never been inside. I've been past it a million times, but never
Right.
gone in. So that was my first time even being in the building. So it was just crazy.
So we were there that Saturday, me and my girlfriend. We were there that Saturday. Was that your first time that day being there?
Actually, Friday was my first time. Saturday
Friday?
was my second. Yes.
Okay, that was our first time as well. We have never been in Radio City Music Hall, and if none of you have ever gotten the experience to going in, when you walk in, the first thing you think is, this is somebody's mansion. This is somebody's dream home. This is somebody's like, it's almost like you're stepping into a fairy tale.
It's like a movie. My first thought was, this isn't a real place.
That's actually how I felt too. I was like, there's no way this is real.
Right.
There's, it was. Have you been on a cruise ship before? I know you're getting ready to sail.
No, actually, this is my year of firsts.
Wow, very nice. The best way that I can describe it, when I was younger, the closest thing that I could ever say Radio City Music Hall was almost like being on a cruise ship. It was so flawlessly clean. It was so flawlessly beautiful. You felt 100% safe in that environment. You knew
Yeah.
you were going to be okay. But the biggest thing that really struck me about it is when you stepped in there, you knew that that was a place where legends are born. You knew that that was a place where, like you were saying, people come together for the experience. They come there to have that togetherness, to have that fortunate luck to see somebody like you make a talented debut.
Thank you.
What was that whole experience for you like getting ready?
The preparation for it was everything. So my friend Paul is a photographer, and he helped me with my wardrobe.
Okay.
And I had the most amazing makeup artist, Katie. Katie, with them at my side, I just felt taken care of. They made me feel special that day. Like, I'm not a primping, pomp and circumstance type of person, although you can't really tell from that dress. But they, I worried for nothing. Like, they really took care of me. So whatever I needed, whatever they thought I needed, it was done. They kept me in good company, so I wasn't inside my head the whole time, which I
Right.
really could have been, because I really do about a lot of other things. But they kept me very busy and very focused
Would you say that that helped?
tremendously. I couldn't imagine being in that dressing room by myself all the time.
I couldn't either. I don't know if I could ever have the courage to perform as you did in front of 6,000 people. I don't know if I could ever do that, but if you ever have that experience, I think you are very fortunate and very lucky. I think you really are. And it was, like I said earlier, it was luck to see somebody like you step on stage and have that debut.
Thank you.
Um, would you do it again?
Without question. Um, I feel like whatever you prepare for, you're ready to receive.
Okay.
Sorry, there's someone vacuuming outside my hotel right now. And I feel like everything in my the past 10 years, prepared me to receive Radio City, even though I honestly didn't believe I got it when I got it. And it wasn't real to me until I crossed the threshold of the building.
That's amazing.
It was not real. Even though I have been preparing for this, it feels like my whole life. So that's why there was no fear when I walked in. It was all just excitement, love, and pure joy.